4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 largely. So we spent, we did some narrowing at least. Water didn't go so well. We talked about everything in the water. But anyway, really, I think we spent the most time talking about agritourism. We feel like that's really an asset in the region that we can develop even further. We actually talked about Bergeson's attracting people up from the Twin Cities area locally here because they like buying plants in this region and seeing all the beautiful landscapes that we have. So we feel like agritourism could be further developed. We also went into a lot with local foods and regional food resilience. And that got into a larger conversation around, do we really have even like the incentives in place for farmers to, get into specialty crops? Because anything that's a food product really is considered a specialty crop. We're so, market driven with like your corn, your sugar beets, your wheat, that it doesn't leave, a lot of subsidies left over for like your actual fruits and vegetables that are going to be much more nutrient dense that we need a little bit more of. So, so we saw some need for maybe some big policy changes that could really drive this further. And then with extension, we do a lot of like, promotion with local grocery stores and local foods. So that is work that we're undertaking. And egg waste was a really hot topic too. Egg waste could be used for like making ethanol. So that could be like another opportunity for adding value to agriculture products in the area. And we did bring up like community farming, like gardens and things that people can be part of, and renting out plots. It's a really great opportunity for community engagement. We also talked about the encouraging locally owned family farms getting smaller farms, and we saw like specialty crops, food crops as being like an opportunity to get small farms back in our area and therefore sort of help drive the economy, because we used to have smaller farms and they've gotten much bigger, and obviously when you've got fewer big farms, your population decreases. So if you could somehow bring back small farms, you could help uphold some of the economy of the area. And we got into soil carbon sequestration credits too. Again, could be another opportunity for farmers to make some money. So water, my goodness, like we talked about basically all of the topics with water. And some of the big takeaways were, water, we kind of forget about water in this area because we have so many water resources around here. We brought up that Minnesota's been talked about as a climate refuge for the United States. So, we had some questions like, are we ready for like an influx of people from like Nevada who might be running out of water resources and come up here, because we still have water resources left over? Are we sort of ready? Do we have the policies in place to help protect our water resources? We also talked about farming and how the needs of farmers felt like got kind of left out in a lot of these goals. So we believe that there could be more development of water resource use that's more directly related to agriculture. And stormwater management was very popular. We're a little bit limited on what we can do to an extent in areas that have high clay soil. So then you're kind of left with just like retention ponds to like catch a lot of rainwater. Drinking water supply is obviously very important. There's a really big project going on. What was it called again? What's the name of that project? The West Central
Regional Water District.
Yeah, thank you. They're going to bring in water from North Dakota aquifer instead of spending money on revamping some of the water towers. So it ends up being more cost effective to bring the water in from North Dakota rather than revamping some of our water infrastructure here. And
Interesting.
yeah. And flood planning is super important here, but really all of it's important. And we were just kind of discussing like, of all the environmental issues in this area, water sort of talked about the least.
Great, thank you. We just start the questions with while you're up here and everybody else jump in, but curious about how, just the input that you got, the number, 2 hours is a long time to spend, but can you just talk about the quality of the conversations and highlights for you and for everybody else as well?
Yeah, I thought it was super interesting. Our agriculture discussion was super fun, talking about how we can help improve the markets around here. The water discussion was awesome too, because I think we had a lot of really diverse perspectives around water. So I found that very fascinating. I think we all learned a lot talking about the water topic.
Great.
So Crystal, one resource that we have that